Hey, Shore Community Church family. I just wanted to send a quick message to say hello and touch base and reach out in the middle of all the craziness that we're going through at the moment. I know you're all preparing in one way or another to go into lockdown in a couple of days. Some of you already in self-isolation, and others of you running around like crazy today and tomorrow trying to tie up all the loose ends and get things together to get yourself ready to hunker down at home for a while. And others of you are continuing to work because you're involved in essential services that are just going to carry on through. So we've still got a lot of different experiences among our church family in all of this, but I just wanted to send a message just to remind us all that we are still a church family, still Shore Community Church. We're still here, and there's always been the church gathered and the church scattered. And so for this next season of our church life, we are just going to exist as the church scattered, but still just as much the church, still just as much here for one another. We're going to find creative ways to care for each other and love each other through this. We're going to pray for each other, and we're still going to do church together. We're still going to have some kind of live stream on Sunday morning. We're still figuring out exactly what that looks like, but one way or another, Sunday morning, 10 a.m., still going to have a church service, so we'll give you the details of all that. And let me just say too, if you're in a life group at Shore, if you have a life group, try to find a way of continuing to connect with each other. One of the ways that we're doing that as a staff team is we're using Zoom, which is a great piece of video conferencing technology, and it just lets you see everybody in the group on screen. You can see face to face on screen who's in the group. You can just touch base with each other, use the opportunity to connect, to share how you're going, pray for each other, just continuing to do life together. And it's just a great way of continuing to keep that connection going. So don't lose contact with each other, but find ways to keep doing community together. Let me just read to you a piece of scripture. I want to keep encouraging you with scripture as we go through all of this. And so a verse or two for today. And this is a passage I just read this morning. These are words of Jesus from the Gospel of John, chapter 16, verse 32. A time is coming, and in fact has come, when you will be scattered, each to your own home. That sounds exactly like what we're going through today, doesn't it? Jesus talked about this, that we'd be scattered to our own homes. But he says this in the next verse. I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Jesus warned us 2,000 years ago that we would have trouble in this life, and in some ways we shouldn't be surprised that things like this happen, even though this particular thing may have caught us off guard and it's moved faster than we thought it would. Jesus has told us we will have trouble, there will be struggle, but he says you can take heart. You don't need to fear, you don't need to be discouraged, because Jesus has overcome the world. He's overcome sin and death and the evil one. He has reconciled you to God, and he now holds your life. He holds this world. He holds your family. He holds this community in his hands, and he will journey with us through this. So take comfort from that. Continue to cling to the faith that we have in Jesus. Continue to cling to one another during this time. Let's travel through this as a community together. Let's keep encouraging one another, and let's keep walking with God and staying in his word through the season ahead. God bless you. Grace and peace to you wherever you are, and I'll be back in touch with you very soon.